Hi, I'm Shivam, and here is my submission for the Mission Pizza Challenge. So, the thing is, I have mentioned all the key technical details in the README file for the GitHub repository, which is present in the mail if you go through it. And here there is a how to run section. It contains all the commands which are mandatory for getting the project uh, to run smoothly. So as you can see, first one is your installing dependencies. After we have to start the backend, then we have to generate the MCP server, and at last we have to run the multi-agent workflow setup. So I'll go through it one by one, how these things are working and what was my take to build this particular project. So what I did over here, I created one generate underscore mcp.py file. What it does, it passes our legacy open API spec to generate the MCP server file. So you'll say that, so maybe you might have a question such as we have to create the MCP server by ourselves. But what I thought over here, such as working with the API integration is slow and it can break usually in multiple cases. So in order to solve that particular problem with the API integration part, I have used this approach of generating the API server by following this method with the particular file. And suppose tomorrow if 50 new uh, tasks will be added in the particular mission pizza challenge, I can get it done quickly as well with generating the MCP server file by using this particular generate underscore mcp.py file with minor changes as well. So it won't be as much painful in order to get the server file ready, which was initially if I do that hard coding way, which was mentioned in the mail. As well, I have generated another Python files as well, which are mandatory for the agentic setup here. As you can see that agent.py, backend.py, these are basically your server files which will be used for the process which I'll show you here right now. And here is a JSON file for the Pizza API, which contains the detail for the responses, which will help us in order to get the project running smoothly. So I'll go through how these things are working over here. There, as you can see, there are two terminals, terminal one and terminal two. In the terminal one, we'll run the backend server, and the terminal two, the agents will be connecting with the backend server to order the pizza for the client. So as you can see over here, the particular backend server is continually working. What I'll do, I'll just stop the particular server and I'll show you how it is done in real time. I'll rerun the server over here. Now the backend server is working. And after all the mandatory packages we need to install, we can just run the main underscore 4.py file to get to start the agent setup and the workflow to order the pizza. So as you can see, the agent one tries to connect with the backend server to actually order the pizza, and here I'm using the Gemini LLM. So it usually costs around 450 tokens, which is not a big deal because I'm using the 2.5 flash model over here. If you go through the main underscore flow.py file, so I'll go through it one by one in short. As you can see, the agent one orders the pizza by connecting with the backend server. As you can see over here, the name is your spicy gelatinous pizza. I'm using here a chain of thoughts method for actually showing you how the LLMs are working and how they are thinking at the backend. As you can see, the reason the user wants to order a pizza, I have a pizza name spicy gelatinous, the quality one, and the customer name Shivam, usually my name, and the place order tool is suitable for this particular request. What it does over here, the place order tool, as I mentioned over here, suppose if new 50 tools are added in the mission pizza, I can rerun the generator.underscore mcp.py file to get all the tools ready for MCP server at the backend, which will be hard if I go with the traditional way of hard coding every particular tool at the MCP server. I hope you understand my take on this particular project. So if we go with the action part over here, it calls the tool place order, and it starts the process of ordering the pizza through the backend server. It sends a post request at our backend server, as you can see over here, post slash order http 1.25200 OK. The outcome is over here, the agent one outcome, pizza API response, the response which it received from the backend server, order ID status cooking, estimated delivery time 52 minutes. Afterwards, it hands off the data to the scheduling agent, which is our agent number 2. Yeah, I think there's a little lag over here. So yeah, the agent 2, it connects with the calendar server, which is over here, calendar server.py. Afterwards, the calendar server places an estimated timing for pizza, which will be delivered. As you can see over here, the chain of thoughts process and the rich library which I have used over here to show you within a graphical format. This is a reasoning part, how the actually agents are thinking at the backend while performing the action with the LLM model. And I try to use the current timing as well in order to reduce the hallucination by the AI while we are working with this particular calendar bot. You will find all the details in my main underscore flow.py file. So I'll move further with the action, and afterwards it passes that argument and give us a time, starting time for the event which at which the particular agent will is going to add that pizza arrival timing for the client. Afterwards, the outcome, as you can see over here, there's the agent 2 outcome. Yeah, as you can see over here, event created, and the pizza party add this particular ETA timing over here. That's it. The mission is complete, fully autonomous, run successful. So yeah, here was my submission, and if you have any queries or any further improvements which you want to me to make in this particular project, you can reach me over mail, or we can connect through Google Meet as well for further developments. And I would like to mention one thing, that I have utilized AI as well for creating this particular project. I'm not saying I have built this project by myself fully, because I was trying to focus more on the dynamic generation part instead of hard coding all every single Python code by myself. It would take more time to get the project up and running. So yeah, thank you.